Today on GN, we'll take a look at some of your questions answered by our very own Principal Cota.
And check in with any sports updates. GEN starts now.
Good morning, Golden Eagles. I'm Janessa Baza.
And I'm Christopher Robinson. Welcome to our very first virtual GEN episode. We are extremely excited to be back on air.
During this pandemic, we are hoping that you and your loved ones are staying safe and self-quarantine. Due to this virus, this has impacted many school activities and has left many students with questions about what's going to happen with the rest of the school year. I went on a Zoom call with Principal Cota to get some of your questions answered, and here's the story. I know they already announced that we're not gonna go back to school for the rest of the year, but just so that they can hear that from you, is there anything that you can say?
Our county health officer, Dr. Kaiser, declared that Riverside County schools would stay closed until June 19th. What that means is we're going to go to full-time distance learning when we return from spring break. We'll still provide meals, we will still provide instruction, but it will all be done on computers for the remainder of the school year.
So since you mentioned distance learning, so that applies to anything like makeup work and stuff like that. So do you know if we're allowed, how would summer school and stuff like that work?
Summer school, we don't have a decision yet. We're waiting to see whether the school closure extends past June 19th or not. If we are able to have summer school, if we have it later in the summer, then we could potentially have a normal summer school in July before we go back to school in August. If, on the other hand, we're told that we can't have any face-to-face contact with students all the way through the summer, then we would have to use a virtual summer school for that.
So what about spring school that is as of right now? Is there anything, any updates on that?
Spring school that we were planning to have is on hold for now because we don't have the ability to do face-to-face instruction. We are looking at a possibility of providing some sort of spring school when we return outside of the normal hours that you'd be working with your students, but I don't have any information on that yet. Look for more from me on that when we come back on April 20th.
Some seniors were getting a hold of us on our social media. They were asking if they would get any money back from their senior package that they paid for this year.
Yes, it looks like we're going to be giving refunds on at least part of the senior package. What we're waiting for is to find out whether we'll be able to have any events at all for seniors if we hold them late. So, for example, if we're able to have a prom sometime at the very end of June or in July, then we would be able to, we want to do that for seniors if we can. So in that case, the prom part of the package would not be refunded. But if we're told that we have to cancel all senior events, then it's going to be much more of a refund.
A lot of seniors were talking about how they were not sure if they're going to have a graduation ceremony. So, for example, if they don't, is there any alternatives that would happen?
What we would love to do is to be able to have a late graduation ceremony face-to-face with all the families and all the kids. I mean, that would be what we all want for our students. And I think that's what you guys probably all want for yourselves. So let's say that June 19th, Dr. Kaiser says, okay, we're good to go. You can have your schools open again, but you can't have any large gatherings. That would mean that things like proms and graduations still can't happen because they bring too many people together who can share germs with one another. So then we would have to look at a virtual graduation ceremony or release graduation ceremonies and have multiples of them. It would be good for seniors to start talking about what is most important to you in a graduation ceremony. Would you prefer to be with your classmates and have us record the ceremony for your families? Or would you rather have a very small ceremony with your family and we provide a system for us to share those with your classmates? I don't have a firm answer for graduation. I don't know how much of that decision will be left up to me personally, but I would like to hear from our seniors what your best scenario is if we can't have a large in-person ceremony. What would you prefer to see happen?
before we got out of school, we were already picking our classes. And for the students that didn't get to pick their classes for next year, how would that work if we go back to school, like let's say in August again?
So they're going to need to log on to the counselor's Google Classroom. The counselors will be releasing that information through their Google Classroom. So log on to the counseling Google Classroom and all the information from the counselors will be there.
Is there anything else you would like to add or say?
Here's some really important things to know for our students. Your grade on March 13th was frozen that day. Your grade that you had at that time cannot drop going from now until until June. However, you have the opportunity to improve your grade. So if you were getting a grade in any class that you weren't happy with, I need you to log on to your teacher's Google Classroom and communicate with your teachers about what opportunities there are for you to get those grades up. Fourth quarters, teachers will be providing new assignments as well. Your grade, again, cannot drop, but it can improve. So this is your chance, your lifeline to finish the semester with all passing grades or really good grades by working with your teachers. Your teachers can't force you to do the work. You have to be willing to get on their Google Classrooms and do that work. So reach out to your teachers, please.
So thank you so much, Ms. Cota. Thank you for answering all of our questions. We hope to maybe sometime have another call when we have more information so we can get back to the students about what's happening like later on after break. So yeah, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And I hope we can continue to have these conversations when we come back from spring break. You guys stay healthy. Spend this time with your families, okay?
Attention seniors. So as we just heard Ms. Cota's two options, or is there any other options that you guys had for a graduation ceremony? Please leave them down in the comments below.
Although school is closed, Palm Springs Unified will be distributing 5 days of breakfast and lunch today, April 3rd, and again every Wednesday starting April 15th. Distribution is from 11 to 12:30 at these locations: Bella Vista Elementary, Bubbling Wells Elementary, and Desert Springs Middle School. Each household may pick up 5 breakfasts and 5 lunch on each Wednesday distribution day. The Find Food Bank offers twice monthly distribution at different locations. Visit their website at findfoodbank.org for times and locations, or call the food bank at 760-775-FOOD.
As we all know, the coronavirus has affected numerous people over the last few months. This part of the show, we will focus on the numerous changes that have occurred in our sports industry. Numerous NBA players were diagnosed with COVID-19, which led the league to postpone its season until further notice. The players who have been diagnosed are now symptom-free. Also, the MLB has postponed their season opener due to the virus.
Wondering if the Olympic Games are still going on? Well, because of the ongoing pandemic, the date has been changed. The new date for the Olympics is July 23rd to August 8th of 2021. Although many people were looking forward to the Olympics, this also gives athletes a chance to get even better and put on an amazing performance. Remember to stay positive and be safe. This is Valerie Perez reporting for GEN.
Now back to school business. Our very own DHSHS athletic trainer Brittany has been giving out daily challenges through social media to stay in touch with us all. The account's name is at dhshs.atr. Britt has been conducting daily Zoom calls at 1 p.m. that include different exercises. The session ID is 945-424-368. So if you would like to do more than sit at home and become a couch potato, follow Brittany and join her Zoom calls for daily workouts. One last reminder, football players, be sure to do your 100 daily push-ups or Coach Wilson will be mad at you.
So Chris, what have you been doing to stay clean and sanitized with this virus going?
I've been practicing my social distancing by staying inside, only going outside when it's necessary.
That's a good idea. Another way to stay safe from this virus is to wash your hands for 20 seconds, keep your hands off your face, and disinfect all household surfaces.
We humans touch our face a lot, don't we?
We do, and part of the advantage of wearing a mask is to prevent you from touching your face And while the CDC says that hand washing is best practice, wearing a mask is recommended when you're around other people. A homemade mask, of course. And we have a video showing you how to make a mask that doesn't require sewing.
Due to the coronavirus outbreak, today I will be showing you how to make an easy face mask using only 2 things. You only need 2 hair ties and a bandana. You first start by folding your bandana in half twice and then adding your 2 hair ties from the same length from the middle. After putting your hair ties in, you should have 3 equal sides, and then you then put one outward side inside, and you should have a little fold. Then you enter the other side. You should then have this outcome.
The staying home part is going to be difficult now with spring break approaching, and the weather is going to be nice.
That is true, and we all feel it, but you can still go outside. Caitlin Castillo did just that. Let's see how it went. And here are some other ideas to perk up your spring break during this pandemic.
Today I woke up, and after a lot of debating whether I should stay home and lay on my bed and do nothing like I have been for the last 2 weeks, I decided to go out and walk. So after putting too much thought into it, I eventually got ready and I went out into the streets. Before I left outside, I did the right thing to do and I told my mom I was going outside, asked her for permission, she let me, so now I'm going outside. Thank you, Mom. So once I went outside, I saw these really pretty flowers and I started recording them. I don't know the name of them, but they're really nice and they're a really light purple color, which is like a lilac color, so I don't know. I thought they were really cute, so I recorded them. So I continued walking, and when I kept walking, I found some new flowers, some really pretty flowers, and here are all the flowers I found. And after I finished recording the flowers, I seen a herd of butterflies and I couldn't for the life of me take a video of them. They just would leave automatically once I took out my phone, but there's a bunch of butterflies. They're so pretty. I came home and washed my hands. I did not touch my face. You shouldn't either if you go outside or touch anything. And I came with my niece. I hope you guys stay safe during this break. Keep your loved ones close and take care of them. I'm Caitlin Castillo reporting from GE.
Say bye.
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 Spring break is a time to go out and have fun with your friends and family. However, in the year 2020, we must stay home. But in times like this, we must stay positive. So, here are some things you can do in the safety of your own home. Of course, you can do things like watch a movie, or maybe even a trilogy, like Star Wars. Wow. But that's a little simple. You could also play cards. A little old-fashioned, but whatever. You could also read and study the driver's handbook. What's a carpool? You can also just video chat your friends. Just because you're home doesn't mean you can't be social. But that's enough of us. Let's see what the people at USB are doing during their quarantine.
So during this quarantine, I've been catching up on my sleep, I've been studying, and I've been going on hikes to enjoy the outdoors to stay positive.
In this quarantine, I've been doing lots of painting and hiking to keep a healthy and positive mindset.
Quarantine, I've been able to enjoy outdoors a lot more and have a lot of family time with my sisters and mom.
This quarantine, I have been reading just to try to stay with a healthy mindset.
We at GEN hope you can keep yourselves entertained during the quarantine. Be safe and have a good one.
Well, that's all for today, Golden Eagles. Don't forget to stay home.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Golden Eagle Network, where you can see this and all of our past episodes. So be sure to tune in for our next episode on April 24th, where we'll have more information and updates from Principal Cota. I'm Janessa Baza.
And I'm Christopher Robinson.
And we're signing out for
G.
E.
N.